The Center for Human and Socio-Economic Rights, CHSR, is a service-oriented non-governmental organization registered as a corporate body to defend, sustain, and promote the fundamental human and socio-economic rights of citizens and residents in any part of Nigeria, as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. CHSR collaborates with other organizations committed to an ideal Nigerian society founded on participatory democracy, equity, fairness, rule of law, and rule of law. CHSR has worked with state and non-state actors, institutions, and stakeholders in community and neighborhood towards ensuring fairness, equity, justice, and harmony, with the view to curtailing threats to public peace and violence indices. This joint press briefing is in furtherance of the mandate of CHSR and the overriding objective of civil society stakeholders in the quest to defend victims of abuse of human rights and to promote the cause of justice and peaceful coexistence in society. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, you will recall our previous intervention on the subject matter of this press conference, which is rooted in the defense of the right of victims of two separate gruesome murder incidents in April 2023 and August 2024. Yes, note, platform of civil society stakeholders led by this CHSR have been unrelenting in demanding thorough police investigation into the murder of Mr. Sheriff Ishola and Prince Kazeem Ademola Akinloye, which were perpetrated at different locations in the Eti-Osa local government area of Lagos State on Tuesday, 18th of April 2023, and on Monday, 26th of August 2024. Mr. Sheriff Ishola Salami was murdered at Moba town, adjacent Ajiran community, while Prince Ademola Akinloye was murdered along the ever-busy Chevron Drive in Lekki. As a follow-up to our demand for thorough police investigation and diligent prosecution, we addressed the media on Wednesday, February 25, 2026, on the progress already made by the police with the apprehension of suspects who not only confessed to the crime but also named one Alhaji Ahmed Tajuddin Akombi and others as the mastermind of the dastardly acts. We were pleased that the Lagos State Police Command, under the immediate past Commissioner of Police, now the AIG Zone 2, Mr. Olorundare Moshood, apprehended some suspects and declared the mastermind wanted at a press briefing held by the immediate past Commissioner of Police at the command headquarters on Thursday, 19th February 2016. 2026, sorry. It is gratifying that the prime suspect, Alhaji Ahmed Tajuddin Akombi, has finally been apprehended by the police. We commend the Nigerian police force for the relentless commitment to ensuring that the murder case are resolved. It is reassuring that the prime suspect has been apprehended in Cotonou, in Benin Republic, on April 15, 2026, that's last Wednesday, by the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, and currently being held in the custody at the Zone 2 headquarters of the Nigerian Police Command. It will be in the overriding interest of justice if those found culpable of perpetrating as well as aiding and abetting the murder of Sheriff Ishola and Prince Ademola are made to face prosecution in the law court following the conclusion of due diligent investigation. We maintain that justice must not only be done, but must be seen to have been done with respect to this murder incident that have brought untold distress to the families of the victim. We wish to appreciate the media for the priority of attention so far accorded our advocacy with respect to this matter since 2023. We appreciate you all. We remain indebted to you, journalists and your media organization, for the unflagging dedication toward ensuring that justice is done to the victim, their families, and the society at large. This joint press briefing is no doubt in furtherance of the commitment of the civil society and human rights community to the overriding objective of defending victims of abuse of human rights and toward promoting the cause of justice. It has however become pertinent to draw the attention of the media to deliberate and self-serving antics of certain individuals and groups masquerading as genuine civil society organization stakeholders, but whose aim is to pervert justice through unfounded and misleading campaigns and aspersion against the police authority in Lagos State and Zone 2. These individuals, for whatever reasons, appear ruffled and disgruntled by the arrest of the suspect, and particularly the determination of the Lagos State Police Command in apprehending Alhaji Ahmed Tajuddin, whom prima facie evidence already established as the architect of the multiple murder incidents. Prior to the arrest of the prime suspect, Alhaji Tajuddin Ahmed Akanbi, the suspect already in the custody of the Lagos State Police Command, including Shefiu aka Fabo Shefiu Fatai, 40 years, and Yusuf Ismaila aka Bariga, who according to the police were apprehended on January 24, 2026 and February 6, 2026 respectively, following renewed investigation into the murder incident. It is important that we alert the media to the ill-motivated campaign of these self-styled civil society actors, motivated by the desperation to undermine legitimate investigation by the police authority in Lagos and Zone 2. We maintain that it remains the absolute constitutional duty of the police to carry out investigation in criminal matters. We take exception to the hypocrisy and deceit in the guise of playing the role of watchdog, for which credible platform of society are reputed. The media must be alerted of the rebellious activities of individuals who are out to derail the cause of justice. The media, as the critical partner in the pursuit of truth and justice in the society, must not fall as victim of the shenanigans of those seeking to obstruct the cause of justice. It behoves on us, platform of civil society and the media, to demand justice for the victims of murder and not to sway by unfounded and misleading sentiments. More disturbing is the futile attempt to frustrate police authority through restraining court order in the desperation to obstruct legitimate institution from exercising its constitutional power to arrest crime suspects, particularly with respect to murder. Notwithstanding, we are deeply encouraged by the progress made so far by the Lagos State Police Command with the arrest of the prime suspect, in spite of the well-orchestrated plot to distract the police from performing its legitimate duty. The media should therefore be circumspect about the motive of individual defending suspects of murder. We maintain that suspects of murder should be allowed to prove their innocence and not shielded from investigation by the police. We wish to therefore call on the new Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, CP Tijani Fatai, to remain resolute in ensuring that perpetrators of crime do not enjoy immunity from investigation and prosecution in the Lagos State within the police command. We commend the leadership of the immediate past Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, AIG Moshood Jimoh, now in charge of Zone 2, for his courage and dedication to the cause of truth and justice. Our interest primarily is to see justice done to the victim family, the victim and their family, and the society at large. Our expectations, therefore, is to see the police discharge its constitutional responsibility conclusively and creditably, and without inhibition and undue interference. We are convinced that the resolution of these murder cases will go a long way to further entrench public confidence in the police as law enforcement institutions. We are convinced that resolution of these murder cases are in the overriding interest of the public. We therefore remain hopeful that the truth will prevail and that the cause of justice will, at the end, served in the overriding interest of public good. We are not unaware of the anxiety which the investigation by the police has elicited in the immediate community of Ajiran. We therefore wish to again implore the Lagos State Police Commissioner to prioritize vigilance within and around Ajiran community so as to reassure the residents and stakeholders of their safety while the investigation into the murder incident continues. We wish to further reiterate the need for the media to follow through and demand clarification from the police, which remain the legitimate authority with regard to investigation and criminal cases. More importantly, we urge you journalists to demand truth, diligent investigation, prosecution as well as justice for the deceased, Mr. Sheriff Ishola, Salami, and Prince Kazeem, Ademola, Akinloye, and their family. We wish to remind the media that it is our collective responsibility as watchdog of the society to ensure that the police authority remain unwavering and undeterred in doing what is right in the interest of justice. We must ensure that the police remain committed to the expectations of the public in seeing that justice is done with respect of these cases of murder. We must be alerted and refuse to be distracted by selfish motive of those who are bent on undermining the authority of the police and by so doing pervert the cause of justice. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, our sincere regard to you for continuing your dedication and partnership for and on behalf of the civil society and human rights community in Lagos State and Nigeria at large. Thank you. We are going to mention your name. We refrain to mention names now because we are still not certain about the name. We are also conducting our private investigation with the names that the family have presented to us, that these are the people who are backing the suspect, and we're working day and night to ensure he escape justice. So we won't mention the names, but we just try and rephrase it that. For record, if you are a former commissioner of police, if you are a former AIG, if you are a former a lawyer working in the police legal department, and your own interest is to ensure that people that murdered this innocent victim were released or were protected against serving the penalty, we will mention your name. Please, and if you are a serving police officer also, because we have all these information, but for legal implications, we are still going to work on it before we can mention name. So if you are one of them, refrain yourself. Your role is to ensure we have a society that is conducive for every citizen, not a society where criminal elsewhere.
I don't see us swallowing our words. Let me just start with the most simplest thing. In this venue, you can see the challenges we've been having with electricity. If we like, we can call up the press conference. But we said, irrespective of the condition, we are going ahead with the press conference. Promotion in the police is at the discretion of the management of the police. They can promote anybody they like, and we have an opinion we can also express. This promotion deserves it. This promotion does not deserve it. Our opinion does not matter in the management of the police business. However, we said once upon a time, 2 different Nigerians were killed, and it was known to the police authorities. On one hand, they received the information. On the other hand, they refused to treat it. For one reason or the other, the present AIG decided to treat what is before him. And he's telling us, I got information that somebody escaped outside Nigeria. Whether Japan, whether Germany, we don't know. But he came back and said, I found him in Cotonou. He's not only in Cotonou, he's now in my custody in Oniko. You want us to say he's a clown. He doesn't know what he's doing. Somebody died. They implicated someone outside Nigeria. They brought him. We'll have no option than to commend that police. Irrespective of what has happened before, like I said, having a press conference in a situation that is not conducive, but we have to move forward. And we are saying the greatest danger about right abuses is that you enjoy it when it's not yours. When they kidnapped those children 12 years ago in Choba, we were laughing. We thought it was a joke. Now they are kidnapping in Kwara. They are kidnapping in Osun. We now know better whether it is a joke or it's not a joke. Whether the security in Nigeria has been compromised or otherwise. Yoruba will say, "Eni to come." If my mother is a witch and my neighbor can raise a voice, it's not only helping me, it's also helping other neighbors. If the AIG has slept off, that man in Cotonou can mobilize and attack any one of us here. But today is in the safe custody of the police. And we are raising voices. Investigation, diligent investigation is a arm of justice administration. Prosecution is another one. If prosecution is going on, they may mess it up. Good investigation. But when it is time for the arguments to be in court or evidences, they are nowhere to be found. The judge will give judgment based on what is before him or her. And we are saying part of the evidence is this press conference. If you, our brothers and our sisters in the media, can help us to say that among the 40 murderers, we have found one is in Oniko, for him to disappear, it will be difficult. For police officers who have retired or they are in service that want to compromise justice, they will be extra careful. Otherwise, it will be business as usual. And that's why we are saying we can understand your question. And it's like a university system. If you fail first semester, it doesn't mean you cannot continue second semester. And it doesn't mean you cannot graduate. But there must be a point you must reach as a student before you can leave first semester and go for second semester or even enter graduation list. If the AIG consistently conducting himself in a way of becoming of an AIG, we will attack him. But if he can conduct himself the way and manner is expected of a professional police, we have no option than to commend him. Thank you very much.
Solidarity is forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
Victory.
There is victory for us. Victory. There is victory for us. In the struggle for Nigeria, there is victory for us. Forward, ever, backward, never. In the struggle for Nigeria, there is victory. In Africa.
Before